Oh boy, we got wrecked. Oh, that was actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I dead drew like something fierce in the second game, but like, hey, that just shows that we're not always gonna be able to rest on the laurels here. That deck is honestly pretty solid, but doesn't always work out. And hey, I mean, that Cyberjar was one hell of a thing off of that. So the question ends up being, is Dark Revelation 2 worth going for with the stuff here? So, one thing that I could potentially do, there's something which I haven't actually mentioned that I am going to not do for now, but if it gets really bad, I could actually do. I have 2 copies of Parasite as a super rare from Pharaoh's Servant. This is something I mentioned to Kib quite a bit as well. I have not actually updated the stream title yet, no. I should have. I put the stream marker, but I didn't update the title. Yeah, I actually have 2 super rares that I can trade in. Now, if you know anything about how some of the past sets are, you will know that that is actually incredibly powerful, and is something that I don't particularly want to abuse yet, but if things get really bad, there is an opportunity to trade in those super rares that I cannot play because they don't work on Dueling Book for Heavy Storm and Regeki. Because those were super rares in the set that they came out in. Heavy Storm was a super rare in Metal Raiders, and Regeki was super in Legend of Blue Eyes. So if I forfeit the wheel, I can trade like for like, and I could do it that way. But I don't want to right now, because I don't feel like that. I mean, it might not even matter, but I don't feel like that would be particularly fair. Because I don't think Kib has got any supers that he can trade in right now. And so it just doesn't feel right at the moment, you know? Yeah, it sucks that I got 2 hollows that I can't play, but I will save them for later. I might end up using them in like the Synchro Arrow or something so I can get Synchro Monsters. So the catch is, as I was saying, it's in this set it is where are we at? Enemy of Justice. So that's the next set we're pulling. So it's Dark Revelation 2, which is Invasion of Chaos and Ancient Sanctuary. Invasion of Chaos is where Manju came from, so I could potentially go with that. Or we might be able to get a card from Spellcaster Judgment. Let me actually take a quick look again and see what was in there, because I think I don't remember if this one has still got like Heavy Storm in it. Also, is the audio still fine? Like I go 3, 2, 1, move. I moved way too late there. 3, 2, 1, move. There we go. That's better. If that's still fine, then we can obviously keep going. Oh, there's Breaker in here. Oh, that changes everything. Looks fine. Excellent. Okay. So, as you may have noticed, I have not been transitioning scenes here. Because I think that's putting a bit of a CPU load on XSplit. So, yeah, okay. So if I roll the wheel and I get Structure Deck, I could take Breaker, or I could take Heavy Storm. But I could trade in for Heavy Storm later. Or Call of the Haunted's not an option because that's going to come up in Zane's pack. Yeah, so the Structure Deck is still super worth. The Tournament pack's a Dark Revelation 2, which might give me what I want anyway. But if I spin this wheel, am I ever gonna not spin another wheel later? Maybe the next one. TP8's the one that's got the Monarchs, though. Dark Revelation 3 probably is where I wouldn't run it. I'm gonna spin it, I think. We're gonna refresh the page just so that it's not, like, quote-unquote preloaded. I'm gonna spin the wheel, and this might be a mistake, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Praise be! Oh boy, Kib. This is about to get serious. We're taking Heavy Storm. Not a shadow of a doubt, we're taking Heavy Storm. He hasn't played quite as heavy a back row in the last thing, but without a shadow of a doubt, we are getting Heavy Storm. That has been one of the biggest problems in the game for so long, is spell trap removal. And that's ridiculous. Okay. But we do have a trade-in as well. And the trade-in is going to be for Treeborn Frog. I need to actually thingy that. I only have access to one, but one is pretty much all I would want anyway. So Shadow of Infinity rare, I'm going to add one, and now I need to take a rare from my collection that is a surplus and remove it. Did I get a surplus in the last set here? Of any, like, I know I have others. Yeah, I got Princess Curran, so we're going to remove one of these and trade in Princess Curran for Treeborn Frog. And that's our lot. So we've got Structure Deck, we've got Heavy Storm, and we have Treeborn Frog from the rarity stuff here. So that is our wheel spin and everything there. Let me go. I'm gonna organize this again real quick, because there really isn't a lot to go in here. That obviously is going in staple straight away. Treeborn Frog is going non-light dark. And then Trap, I suppose, for Karma Cut. And honestly, like, nothing else in this set is really worth looking at. Demise, maybe. I might put Demise in, like, Old OK or something. It's there. And then this is a lot of what I do off stream as well, is organizing these. But this set is, like, so bland that pretty much everything else is just going to go in poor and is going to get forgotten about for the rest of the time. Alright, so with that, we can close off here and we can have a little chat about Enemy of Justice. Because this set is actually pretty good, unlike what we've just played. That's Structure Deck, that's not. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good set. So, Enemy of Justice is the introduction of the Destiny heroes, which, I mean, they're a good engine. I've never really been able to play them very well. They're a good engine, at the very least, but right now, I'm not really going to use them that much, with the exception of Diamond Dude, who... Diamond Dude is actually pretty cool. It's a rare card. If you excavate top card of your deck, so you reveal it, you let both players look at it. If it's a normal spell, it goes to the graveyard. Otherwise, it goes to the bottom of the deck. During next turn, if you have managed to excavate a spell card last turn, you get to use that effect without paying for the cost. So, you know, stuff like Ojama Delta Hurricane that requires you to have all the Ojamas on the field to blow up the opponent's board? You don't have to do that. You just get to use the card's effect without paying for it. This actually was a thing in the past. Diamond Dude Turbo was a legit deck that played all sorts of ridiculous cards that you would normally not be able to play in order to do wacky stuff. It was really cool. So that legitimately is something, if we got 3 of it, that could be played. I don't know how you actually build the deck very well, but, you know, I'd work it out, right? Or try anyway. There's a bunch of cyber cards in here. Most of them are warriors. Prima's kind of okay. It destroys all face-up spell cards when it's tribute summoned. It's slightly weaker than the Monarch, but, you know, it can destroy more cards potentially. Mobius is just better, but this is light, so, you know, there is that. Cyber Phoenix, if you're using the Cyber Dragon stuff, is kind of cool. It can stop targeting effects like King Dragon does for dragons. This does it for machines whilst it's face up in attack position. But if it gets destroyed by battle, even if it was face down first, so long as it, you know, it gets flipped face up, destroyed by battle, you draw a card. So it replaces itself like Dekoichi does, but it's on a bigger body, and it can have prevention, like target prevention stuff as well. Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon is cool because it's what it is. It's not actually that good right now, but it is a good card if you wanted to play Harpies. You just need Harpy support from much later on in the history of the game in order to make that work. But hey, this is where it came from. Swift Birdman Joe is kind of cool, I suppose. If you're playing a wind-based deck, then it giant Trunades when it's tribute summon. So again, kind of another idea like the Monarch's, a little bit weaker, but you know, that's not too bad. Majestic Mechs came in this set. You can tribute them for lower tributes than normal, like no tributes for the level 6, 1 tribute for the level 8, but they get sent to the graveyard at the end of the turn that happens. Ochre's kind of okay though, because it's a 2400 monster that you can just normal summon, right? If you have skill drain down, you actually don't need to send it to the grave. But it's a 2400 light that can do some pretty good work. It's potentially playable. The Heralds and a lot of counter fairy stuff came in this deck, in this set as well. Yeah, you did, Bertus. I lost, but I got Heavy Storm, so it's okay. Yeah, so the initial 2 Heralds came in here. You need to discard these with another fairy, but these are like Magic Jammer and Seven Tools of the Bandit, basically, with discarding fairies. So there's a lot of like counter fairy stop the opponent playing in this set. Bountiful Artemis works really good with counter traps because you get to draw a card after you resolve one. Which I think Magic Drain is a special case here, because if you use Magic Drain and they discard to stop it, then it doesn't actually activate, like it gets negated, so you don't draw a card. But yeah, basically just every time you stop the opponent from doing a thing, you get to draw, which is pretty cool. You can get Banished Fairies back as well. There's some synergy with that and like Banisher to Radiance and stuff here. Banisher to Radiance, Dimensional Fissure that we'll see later on, and Macrocosmos are very, very good against Dark World and also good against Chaos. So we're going to have to look out for these. They're all pretty easy to get hold of, so yeah, any card that gets sent to the graveyard just gets banished. Dimensional Fissure is a spell card. It only works on the monsters that get sent. But yeah, they're pretty dangerous. Gotta watch out for them. Voltanis is pretty cool, although very, very difficult to use. You tribute every monster you control after you counter-trap the opponent, and you get to destroy a bunch of cards based on how many things you tributed. So hey, Scapegoat tokens could work with that. Get 4 destroys as well. But I mean, Voltanis is cool. I used to play it because I liked it, but it's not like stupid good. The Spirit Charmers got more support. Their support is still really bad though. Yeah, it's probably not worth talking about. I like this card just because of its name, Super Electromagnetic Voltec Dragon. It just sounds awesome. This card gets bonus effects for tribute summoning it with Batterymen. So you can actually get a 3400 1 tribute monster on the board if you tribute AA, which is pretty damn cool. Otherwise, yeah, not really too good. I mean, C is terrible anyway. Batteryman D over here is not awful, right? It gives you targeting protection from spell and traps. That's kind of okay. Because yeah, that stops like Change of Heart and all of that fun stuff. So yeah. Elemental Hero's got some more fusions. These are actually Asta's ones here. Phoenix Enforcer, Shining Phoenix Enforcer. They're Flame Wingman, except they can't be destroyed by battle instead of doing the burn effect. Not super good. Necroid Shaman's interesting because we can't actually summon it with Necroshape. That's a promo. So, where's that? And then there are the hero cards, of which Emergency Call is dumb strong. And Oversoul is okay later on as well. Oversoul is good with the normal monsters, so like Neos, and I think more importantly, Neos Alias is a normal monster in the graveyard, so it's a Gemini. We'll get to them later on. Celestial Transformation just summons fairies from the hand, but you know, that's tribute fodder type stuff basically. Grand Convergence is like Dark Hole if you've got Macrocosmos out, but Cosmos is limited, so good luck with that. Life Equalizer is actually banned in the OCG, I believe, because of the FTK with Magical Explosion, but we're not really too fussed about that. And a bunch of Destiny Hero cards that aren't super good. Icarus Attack is a very important one, though. If we don't get enough Icarus Attack, I am probably trading, using to get this. It's not good at the moment, but just wait until we get to 5Ds. This card is going to be absolutely disgusting, and is going to win like almost every game it resolves in. I'm just calling it now. And then Force Back is pretty good as well. It's a counter trap that it does return the monster to hand, but it negates a normal summon. So if he tribute summons a Monarch, this negates that tribute summon and puts it back into his hand. It's a good side deck card if we know that he's playing a lot of stuff like that. Miraculous Descent is also kind of good if you can banish your fairies. Then it's Call of the Haunted for banished fairies, and we see there are a couple that do that in this set. Banisher of the Radiance is a fairy after all, so yeah, kind of a cool little set to run with here. So let's go ahead and let's open up our packs. I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to use because some of it is pretty counter to the cyber stuff. Not just the cyber, but the chaos stuff. However, all of it is also really good against the Dark Worlds, and we saw how much that came into play in the last set. So maybe we do. We're starting straight away with Dimensional Fissure, so we've already got what we need that way. So that's pretty good. Layer the Liberator, I think I sort of mentioned, if a counter trap is activated whilst this is face up on the field, like if you resolve a counter trap, then you get to get 2 of your banished fairies back. So the idea with this deck is you've got Banisher of the Radiance, you've got Macrocosmos and DeFi, which we got both in the same pack actually, we're already done with this. The idea is that you banish your Heralds by using their effects to negate the opponent's spell and traps, and then when you play the counter traps to stop the rest of what they're doing, then you get to draw cards and you get to get your Heralds back so you can negate more stuff. It's a very stun-based deck, which I don't think we're going to get enough stuff for, but it's kind of cool nonetheless, you know. It's an interesting new take on like, yeah, stun strategies. We've got an Ochre. I might side this, or I might just try and play 1 copy of it in the main deck. Cyber Dragon plus Majestic Mech Ochre is legitimately a really strong push for game, right? Because that's 4,500 attack on board. That's legitimately powerful. So like I could play like 1 copy of it. Hero Flash I didn't speak of because it's one of the hardest cards in the era to like activate. You need to send like all of the... I think you need to banish all of the hero symbols from your graveyard. And 2 of the hero symbols aren't even worth talking about, so, you know. There's Life Equalizer. We're not really going to be able to use that again. FTK bullshit. I don't think it's even limited in the TCG, but Magical Explosion is. So there's that. Elemental Absorb is kind of interesting. I think you banish one of your monsters in your hand, and then your opponent cannot attack with monsters of that attribute. So since we're focusing a lot on light and dark, that's not awful. We could actually use something like that. It is continuous, so I guess that's something. I don't necessarily know if I want 2 of it, though. We need Banisher of the Radiance. That's what I'm looking for out of this set at this point. Hero Flash is not Banisher of the Radiance, however. We did get Icarus Attack, and like Hero Soul is, Oversoul even is pretty good. Yeah, so we did get Icarus, that's pretty nice. Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, okay, and our first holo of the set, the Majestic Mech Goryu. This is level 8, so it still takes 1 tribute, and then it would get sent to the graveyard anyway. It does piercing damage, but that's not good enough to justify playing a tribute monster, you know? Yeah, first edition too. Hey, there's a second holo, the Cyber Prima. Like I mentioned, I mean, if he's gonna play a ton of continuous spells, it'd be good. But he got Uriah, not Harmon, so he's not even gonna be playing continuous spells. If this destroyed all face-up spell and trap cards, then I could maybe consider it. But it doesn't, so it's kind of bad. There's our first Banisher of the Radiance. That is what we want to see. And Icarus Attack as well, definite. Yep, House of a pack, this one, dude. But Macrocosmos as well. There was one of the Destiny heroes, I think it's Fearmonger, that was kind of decent. I don't even know if he's in this set, actually. Diamond Dude number 2, okay. I could try and learn to play Diamond Dude Turbo. I mean, hey, I've won so many of the games, I could go with that if I want to. There's our Ultra Rare, Phoenix Enforcer, that's going in the side deck, not the side deck, the extra deck. Because it's the mascot for the set, not because it's actually good. We didn't have any fusion mascots in the last set because the Ultras were the Sacred Beasts. So, yep, there's our mascot. That's going to take us to victory, sure. Icarus Attack number 3 is good to get too, so... Alright, halfway through, another Majestic Mech Ochre and Super Electromagnetic Voltec Dragon. I just love the name of this thing. Can I play it? No. But I just love the name of it. It's so cool. Oh, Forceback is pretty good. Ultimate Rare Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon. There we go. How about that? Forceback is a good side deck card, though. I might actually put that in. Because it seems like I might have to change my deck up a little bit here. Okay, there's our first Herald. You can see there are kind of too many rares in this. Yeah, there are too many good rares in this set, considering you only get one per thing. But yeah, Herald of Green Light is kind of okay. Negating spells is always good, right? So... nothing too fancy out of here. I mean, Batteryman D is 1900 light defense, kind of okay. This Harpy's pet baby dragon there is like the sick Vickers attack or something, so that's kind of okay. Alright. Oh, second force back, okay. Right, so we can side the host, that's good. Still only one copy of Banisher, though. Triple Majestic Mech Ochre, but only one Banisher. It's a little bit worrying, if I'm honest. Herald of Purple Light, so, I mean, we're getting a lot of these fairies and stuff, right? So we can discard a couple and negate a card if we really need to. I mean, negating a key spell could actually be really cool, but I don't want to just fill my hand with dead draws. There's a Cyber Phoenix. Okay. Miraculous Descent is pretty good too. Cyber Phoenix. For later on, that could be really good. It is fire, but again, if I start playing, like when Zane's pack comes out, maybe that's something worth keeping the note on. I don't remember what rarity it was in that pack. Has a fourth Majestic Mech Ochre. I don't think we're going to be able to play the full Banish stuff in this set, which is disappointing. Okay, triple Force Back though. That's pretty good. I mean, hey, with the counter fairy stuff, like that could be something worth looking at. Last pack, what do we got? Miraculous Descent. Okay, so we only got one Banisher of the Radiance. Unfortunate. Let's add to collection. And yeah, let's just take a look through, huh? So we'll do that. Okay, let's start filtering the stuff out here. Yeah, only one copy of Banisher of the Radiance. That's... I don't like that. I was hoping with the DD Survivors that we got out of Lost Millennium that I'd be able to just play that kind of deck today, but it's not looking like that's going to be, you know, something that I can actually rely on. That's too bad, but oh well. So let's focus on through Captain Tenacious. Diamond Dude, 2 copies of it probably isn't enough to build a deck on, though. The other thing is this is a warrior, so like reinforcement of the army is really good for it too. But yeah, with only 2, I'd really need 3 if I wanted to actually build that deck, I think. So I'm probably not going to play that. If I'm not going to play that, then what am I going to play here? Okay, that... Just making sure that I get the right one here. So only one of each Herald. Icarus attack getting 6 of it is kind of funny. Macrocosmos. Yeah, we got 4 Majestic Mechs, so I guess I could do something with them. The nice thing about Majestic Mech, like, yeah, it sends itself to the graveyard at the end of the turn, but the nice thing about it is that it doesn't require you to have no monsters on the field when you actually use it. So that Cyber Dragon Majestic Mech play is something that you can do, and it's genuinely good. Okay, that's everything there. So what do we do about this then? Okay, I think this time around I actually need to do that so I can keep my collection up on my other screen, but still minimize it so that it's not blocking the window. Okay. Oh, hey, Phil. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, it has been a little bit, hasn't it? Hope you've been keeping well. Alright, let's go in. I'd rather not. Okay. Why am I reading this stupid comment stuff on the side there anyway? It's pointless. As much as anyone. Yeah. The pandemic has hit pretty hard. We are not immune to it here either, obviously. But, okay, this card was cool, but I didn't really get the most use out of it, unfortunately. Very, very strong in the right circumstances, but it's too gimmicky. The Thunder Dragons were a good experiment. They did not work as much as I hoped it would. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, no, the Thunder Dragons just didn't work, so we're gonna take those out for sure. I mean, when you get the game like Game 2 there, you just kind of know that something's got to go. Obvious first thing we have to include is our brand new, newly minted Heavy Storm coming in from the wheel. I almost didn't spin the wheel this round too, but I am so glad that I did. I could have had Breaker if I already had like Heavy Storm or something, but yeah, no, Heavy Storm is definitely what was needed. Yeah, it's a brand new spanking shining dual disc system. Right, yeah, no, we need Heavy Storm here. I need to get a couple more lights. I have what, 6 at the moment. I need some more in for that. But we do have a few lights to look at from this last set. I'm actually gonna try one. I'm gonna try main decking one Majestic Mech. Because I actually think this card is a good push for game. It's not the best card out there, and I probably could be playing better options, but I'm gonna try it. No, this is a legit thing. It is fan-made, but this is a legit Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator. There are a few things that it can't do, like give cards from your hand to the opponent's hand, or shuffle face up in the deck and stuff like that. But for the most part, no, this is a fully functional. It's manual, so you've got to actually know how the rules and stuff work of it. But it's a fully functional simulator to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Kibatu and I are doing a sealed draft series. If you've ever heard of Simo, like I know he's one of the biggest Yu-Gi tubers, but if you've ever seen any of his progression series, I thought that's a really cool idea. Let's adapt that and play it ourselves because it's neat, and so we did, and I can confirm it is neat. So we are all the way into Enemy of Justice now. I think we're nearly 20 sets into this at this point. It's quite awesome. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to play more than one of these Majestic Mechs because they don't stick around on the field, right? The true Draco Slayer. Alright, so let me have a look in my Dark Light box here then and see what other lights I could potentially play. Because I know there was like Free the Brave Wanderer is not amazing. He could come in though. It's like 1700. I don't want to banish my lights in the grave. Yeah, this used to be called Dual Network, I think it was, but that got a cease and desist, and so they had to like remake it. And this is the result, and it's pretty awesome. I could play another Mirage Dragon, I suppose. I have Royal Magical Library, I just don't think it's really worth it. If I had Cyber Twin Dragon, I would play the Light Hexial Fusion, but I don't, so... White Ninja, maybe? Oh, I could put White Magical Hat back in the deck. Is that actually worth it, though? Okay, how many lights do I actually have at the moment? I have 7, right? With 3 Chaos Monsters, that's probably okay. I could just put a Moth in for my side deck, and that would probably be fine. Okay, so what actually went wrong in the last one? Apart from Cyberjar messing me up because he swords against it, what actually went wrong in the last one? It was mostly like the Thunder Dragon dead draw was really bad, but we're not using those, so that's okay. I'm just trying to think, like, was I too passive, maybe? I don't think so. I think I can afford to put one Moth in at the very least. I'm gonna replace the Lightning Vortex for the Smashing Ground. I really want to play this card, it just hasn't, like, panned out the way that I wanted to. Dude, Kib's face when I throw Heavy Storm on it, though. I'm gonna take out the Giant Trunade. I was very unimpressed with that card when I tried to play it before. Like, it didn't even necessarily do anything good for Kib the turn he played it, because it was just MST that I dinged up with that, but yeah, like, I'm not impressed with it in the slightest. So I do have an open space in the main deck. Is there any card in the new set that would be worth doing that for? I think I want to side in the 2 Banish cards, right? DeFi and Macro. So this side deck is probably changing quite a lot. I don't know if there's any other cards in the main set that I want to play here. Because I don't have enough counter traps to use stuff like Bountiful Artemis, right? Which is a shame. Maybe I do just main deck the Banisher? Oh, yeah, actually, that'd be gross, wouldn't it? If I play... I know I don't have that many of them, but what if I played the White Magical Hats in the side deck? Right, and maybe side into Magical Hat plus... that might require me to keep Vortex in the deck, which is fine. I'm a little bit worried about Dark Deal if I go for that, but... yeah, because if I could Banish, or like keep him from his Dark Worlds, right? Okay, let's at the very least put in the Dimensional Fissure. As soon as, there we go. Just put in Dimensional Fissure in the side deck. We need to put Macrocosmos in the side as well. For sure. It really is a shame that I didn't get enough Banisher this round, but... I don't know, we could probably trade for one. Oops. Jeez. Okay, so the problem is because I'm running full screen, right? Anytime my mouse goes to the top of the screen like that, it obviously messes up the thing there, so... that's a little bit annoying. Also, yeah, we didn't pull this guy. He was a super rare in, like, Spell Ruler, so I'm not surprised that we didn't pull him, but... yeah, he would have been okay here as well as a big defense bot to work with. Okay. So, how would I change things otherwise? So what do I need to keep in this side? I don't think I need Zombira. Drillroid is okay. I mean, I do like that kind of effect still being in play. Maybe I do actually just remove Cyberjar at this point. That seems a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, though. It's like, oh no, Cyberjar ruined me that one game. I guess I'd better just never play it ever again. That seems a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. I don't really want to go down that route, I don't think. Night Assailant can probably come out. It is a really good card, but we want DD Survivor. I pulled 2 copies of this in the Lost Millennium, so we can add that there as well. Yeah, I'm still just looking and seeing if there's anything else that I would want from this last set. Like, Diamond Dude is kind of cool. I guess I could... If I had, like, Lightning Vortex and stuff in here, Diamond Dude isn't terrible. That would require me to put, like, Rhoda in the deck as well, which is not bad if I had... Survivor? So there'd be Survivor, Sasuke, Exiled Force... Maybe Reinforcement of the Army is fine. Do I need Cold Wave at the moment? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe putting Diamond Dude in the side deck at the very least. Because I could easily go in with, like, Diamond Dude, Lightning Vortexes. Because even if, like, most of my good cards otherwise, like, you know, if I pulled Heavy Storm, Graceful Charity, Dark Hole, that sort of thing, like, I'm not exactly going to be mad at using those effects, right? But then Lightning Vortex is just a decent card in general, and being able to nuke with that as well would be pretty strong. So I can at least try it. Maybe it doesn't work out, but I mean, hey, I think the overall record is still somewhere in the region of like 16-2 or something. I'm totally fine with experimenting for a little bit. Like, not trying to make that sound conceited or anything, it's just in general, I am totally fine with experimenting for a little while. Considering. I need to find a space for Rosa if I'm gonna play this way around. I guess I could take out Drillroid. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a new one too. Reinforcement of the Army's Troops. It's a card from the newest set. I forget exactly. It's an archetype card, but I forget exactly what it's for. Can I do it again? Oh yeah, I mean it's a pseudo archetype card. It's supposed to be for the new warrior Battle Rock, I think it was called. The new warrior archetype that's in the most recent set. Okay. So we have Banish Order Radiance, we've got CED and 2 Chaos Orc. I think that's still fine. Triple Cyber Dragon because, god, that was still ridiculous. I just need to make sure I have enough other playable cards to run with the Cyber Dragon. Exiled Force is still super good, especially if I do put Rhoda in. The Gravekeeper's package is pretty strong. I can replace those with like Diamond Dude and Survivor though if I need to, which is pretty good. One Faith. Yeah, I think Magician of Faith is still okay. Oka instead of Zaborg because I would like to be able to push, I guess. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Okay, I'll let him know that I'm set enough. Like I'll probably keep changing stuff around, but yeah, I think I'm okay at going with this. It may not be quite the best that I could come up with, but given that we are sort of time crunching a little, well, only time crunching in the sense that we're wanting to do this on stream, right? Because hey, it's great to do. Yeah, obviously there are cyber dragons in here. Yeah, no, stream content is obviously super good just in general, but we are not waiting like days in between drafting and actually being it. If we were doing video content, like YouTube video content. Oh, I forgot to put Phoenix Enforcer in. King Dragon, right. By saying it, I can't play Enforcer, but it's the mascot for the set. We have to put it in. I think Shining Phoenix Enforcer is actually the cover card of the set, so we didn't quite get that one, but we did get the one below it. Yeah, there's no way we can win if I don't have that, right? Yeah, there might just be a bit of a lack of an offensive plan in some aspects, though. I really want to put White Magical Hat in. It's a spellcaster, not a warrior, mind you, but... maybe I could just, like, take out... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... So if I took out Moth and put in, like... take that out, take that out. White Magical Hat. So I have 2 copies of it, so... how's that look? Should still be okay. So do I want a power spell in first? Yeah, let's keep them in the sideboard at the moment. I don't think I need more than the 7 lights here. There we go, when Discord, not even Discord, when my mouse actually lets me move over to stuff.
When you're able to do things, you do things.
So, that was cool. That was a much better set.
Oh yeah.
I actually like cards out of this set, so, you know, that's a good plus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, you can look at it and go, oh no, there are more than just, like, 2 good cards in this whole set.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Oh, come on! Every time! Oh my god. Oh, man, I do that.
Well, let's see if your dog is any better than that.
Okay, well, it's starting with Graceful Charity, so that is a pretty good opening.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine. Okay. There are
I can't do anything to stop it.
Oh, there are a couple of cards that can interact with it in this set, so it is actually worth asking. Okay, I'm gonna discard a Cyber Dragon. And I think I'm going to discard Smashing Ground. So let's see what you're working with here. We're gonna play Confiscation.
Of course you don't draw that one.
Ooh. That's not the prettiest of openings, huh? I think I want... I think I'm gonna get rid of the swords, actually. Because I think I can play around the rest of it well enough. We're gonna normal summon Mirage Dragon and pass. I might have to end my relationship with this card soon, because it is good, but it's just like, I'm sure there's going to be better stuff coming out, but it's such a cool card. It's been so good for me. And I mean, it does stop Magic Cylinder, so there is that.
Yeah. It doesn't... Well... Yeah, it doesn't stop brain control,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much do you value the... Oh wait, why am I losing 800? I'm gonna lose 800 more in the set, because you're gonna attack, I'm assuming. But it's like, wait, why am I taking the 800? That's dumb.
Good question.
Do you wanna change control of this here, Dylan?
I mean, just take your 800 points and just enter.
Yeah, but it's lagging on me. That's the whole thing for it. It's like, that's why.
Battle. Do it anyway.
Yeah.
And enter. Back over.
Yeah. No, I clicked it like 2 or 3 times trying to switch control. That's what I was thinking of it. So, alright, stand by main. I'm going to... Do I want to, actually? No, I'm just going to go battle phase. I'm just going to hit. And go ahead. 200 points! 200 points in it!
Oh no, I can't activate the card I wanted to activate. Whatever will I do?
I know, right?
Well, I can keep putting the pressure on.
Yep, okay. That's a pretty good top deck.
Battle. Do that.
Yep, 16.
Keeping the pressure on, I guess. I mean, that's the best I can do at this point.
Yeah. Alright, stand by main. Yeah, let's just do the same. Main 2, I'm actually going to set card before I pass. Go ahead.
Alright. Alright, stand by main. Not pass.
And that should be game set, because I am going to normal summon without tribute Majestic Mech Oka. And it would go to the grave at the end of the turn, but this is 4,000 damage on board, so we're going to swing in.
Yep. So side question here.
Yep.
I had this question the last deal, but I was curious about it. Dark Deal says when you're... Oh, it says when your opponent... Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, is it like, can you activate it on your own stuff? No, it's only when...
Yeah, because it's... But it says when your opponent activates a card,
yep.
So no, it wouldn't work that way.
I held on to that Oka for like 3 turns, because I was thinking, okay, do I actually want to play this now and just put the damage pressure on, or do I want to wait in case I get completely wrecked by something, you know? I wasn't really sure how I wanted to go with it, but... Yeah, that, I mean, I don't even think that confiscation mattered as much. Like, the swords obviously were pretty good, but I don't even... It looks like that confiscation wasn't gonna do that much, considering you were not drawing the best anyway with it, but...
No.
Sometimes it just happens. Alright. Set 2 and enter. Probably shouldn't put them in the same column, but we haven't got, like, column mechanics yet, so...
Not quite, but... Yeah, well, alright. I'm gonna set. Yeah, I'll activate.
Target?
Monster.
Okay. To the grave goes the spy, eventually. I don't know why it's lagging on me so much, but yeah.
That's the big one. And then discard 1 card. Yep. But what I'm going to discard...
Oh, that's pretty good, yeah.
Then battle phase.
Yeah, I will take it. That's a good pull.
That's a start, at least. Alright.
End phase, dust tornado, you're face down, spell trap. Okay.
I knew that was gonna be a dust tornado, but I was like, I was debating on that one.
Alright, go ahead. I mean, hey, if you targeted the dust tornado, you would not have been able to summon silver, so at the very least there's that going for you.
Wouldn't be an end, but that would be pretty good. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tribute.
Uh-oh. Oh boy, okay.
So this comes back to hand.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
And
this
then
D-Mock is putting in
activate.
work. It's Spirit Reaper, so that's a really good one to get rid of here.
So now we discard this monster, but
yeah.
so
Wow.
battle phase.
Yeah.
Wow, putting in the work.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I can't do anything about that.
Okay, why is this going so freaking fast now?
Bad draw is bad. I just like,
Wow.
that D-Mock has been
man,
absurd. My goodness.
Yeah. The music went off. Uh-oh.
No.
You can't, Alto, can you hear Cal right now? Or can you hear anybody at all?
Meow.
You saying Mao?
I'm trying to meow as hard as I can. Maybe it gets through.
Wow. I mean, I could probably put my speakers up to the the microphone. Maybe that'll actually
Yeah,
help it out.
that's gonna have some nasty feedback on your end, though, right?
Yeah. So, Otto, you can't hear the music. You can't hear Cal either, then? Nope. Dang. Alright, well, time to restart then.
Wow, that's worse than what it was for me.
Now why is it happening to me?
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks to happen to you a lot. It happened a lot to you, but now this is... I hate to say it's karma, but... See, last time I dropped some frames somewhere, so I can kind of see where I may have, like, lost connection at one point. But it didn't say I dropped any frames this time. So, I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, back up then. Otto, meow. Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? Can you hear him?
Do-do-do. Sorry for the delay on this one. I've actually kind of got to think a little bit after that trouncing. Like, good lord.
Yeah, really. That was an interesting one. It's all back. Yay. Okay. Alright.
The annoying thing is I had Sangan in my hand there, but Sangan wouldn't have been good against what you had on the board at the time, so it was like, Spirit Reaper was the better option, but I was not anticipating the D-Mock to come down that easy. It's funny, because usually you do stuff like Gravekeeper Spy to get him out better, but that's not been necessary at the moment. God, I don't even know. This is... Huh.
All a matter of the draw, really. That's the grand scheme of this one.
Oh, here's me saying sorry for the delay, and I'm not even the one who's finished siding second, so, okay.
Well, I wasn't citing. I was kind of busy
Yeah,
with.
I know. I'm
kinda
kidding.
busy Grumble. that, I
Yeah,
told
that's
you.
pretty good. Go ahead.
Alright. Set that. And no, we're gonna set that.
Okay.
And turn.
Alright, yeah, stand by main. Let's try Graceful Charity.
Let's try something else.
Yeah, I don't have an out to that, so pay your 1,000, get your discard.
Yeah.
This is gonna be horrible.
Well, this is interesting. This is gonna be an interesting discard. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no Dark World synergy still. That's something at least. Alright, let's MST your remaining one then.
MSC!
Yep! Boom! Okay. Special...
Welcome back, Brownie. Had to restart the stream. It's round 3 again.
Yep.
The 2 rounds before just went super fast.
Yep. Alright, Special Cyber, and we'll try and attack.
Yep.
Okay, Tomato.
So, 1 Dark Monster. Did I not? Oh, there you are.
Okay. Main 2, I will set 1 and go ahead.
Alright, stand by main. Well, I'm glad I didn't discard.
It is my Greykeeper's Spy, so I will actually get 1 from my deck as well.
Oh. This is tough.
Reasonable border monsters, at least. Alright. Stand by main. No, I think we're just going to leave it at that. Go ahead. 1 turn on swords.
1 turn. Stand by main.
This is where I get like Rageki'd out of nowhere because you somehow had a bunch of super rares to trade in.
I mean, if we're doing that, I mean, the rule is like we had to make a surplus, right?
Yeah, it is. Unless you get the upscale.
Unless you do the upscale, yeah. So, would have been rough to do that.
Yeah.
Well, not sure if I can get around this any other way. Tribute.
Ooh. Yep.
Summon.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's optional. So...
it says you can target 2 spell cards in the field, of which I'm not going to.
Yep, it is optional, so you don't have to. Don't actually have to.
Alright. Then battle phase. Cyber Dragon.
Yep, I will take the free hundo and poof.
Ghost Dragon.
Alright. I'm just gonna straight pass to that. Go ahead. Turn 2 on the swords.
Right. Stand by me. Turn 2.
Today has been interesting in terms of draws.
I may have to go on the offense here. Because I know what's going to happen.
I'm just waiting for that blowout turn that I lose like 7,000 life points here, and it's just like, oh shit, where did that come from?
Come on. Come on. Come on, Dueling Bug, you can do it. Come on.
Yeah, it's been very laggy today, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Have you got a preference for which one you would like? Okay then, yeah, you can have that one. Okay.
Attack mode. Well, normal summon.
Yep, okay.
Battle phase.
Yep, to the grave.
And these two attack directly.
Yeah. I will just take the separate there.
In reverse order.
Yeah.
In reverse order.
I just attack lowest to thingy, so that's just personal. Okay, stand by main. Let's see if we can actually do something with this. Let's go pot of greed.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess you wouldn't.
Wait, Mobius, activate! If only. Stretch.
Now that is interesting. Is it worth?
Which?
There's only one reason that's coming down.
Ah.
Chaos Emperor Dragon.
I get it. Okay.
And we are going to pay the 1,000 and destroy everything. Send everything to grave.
12, 15, 18, 21, 3,300.
Yep. And it's a send, not a discard, so even if that's a Dark World in the hand, that does not actually...
Well, it's...
Oh, Polly! Ooh! Ooh, okay. And to the grave on my end is Dark Hole, Lightning Vortex, Nobleman of Crossout, and Bottomless Trap Hole. I was sitting on a hell of a pull there. I was not sure.
That was a pull there.
Yeah, I was not sure if I actually wanted to do it that way or not. But okay, and then with the witch, I am going to take. You know what? I'm actually going to take Spirit Reaper. I should probably have taken another witch or something, but I think Spirit Reaper's gonna be better here. All right, go ahead.
All right. Top jaw, let's go. Stand by and turn.
And that's what I was hoping for. Stand by main, I'm gonna normal summon that Spirit Reaper, and I'm gonna spirit the heck out of that card. Alright, we're gonna hit in, get the 300, and because he hit directly, we discard the card from the hand. Metamorphosis, ooh. Okay, go ahead. You know, that was incredibly dumb considering you're playing Dark Worlds, but I wanted to do it anyway because I thought it'd be funny, so... And Silver is exactly 2 cards in hand, so it wouldn't have actually been able to get rid of my card in hand, so... It just would have killed me next turn with a lot of damage.
So, Chaos Emperor Dragon, special summoned by banishing 1 light and 1 dark on your graveyard.
Oh, fuck, you drew it. Yeah, okay.
So
Must first be special summoned. Yeah.
It just says must be special summoned. Or is that pre-era?
It's pre-era. Either. Let me just go back in and ding it up because I'm pretty sure it said must first be. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 1 light, 1 dark. So... yeah. Fuck. That is pretty much game, right? You do. I mean, it won't be game this turn.
Won't be game yet. This turn I can attack the
yeah, and you will. But you still take the damage. There'll be 27.
2,700. And if I activated it now, it would have been 900. Yeah. So, no. So, end turn.
I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Yeah, that was probably like the dumbest decision I could have done in terms of what I summoned there, but go ahead.
Well, that sucks. Alright, stand by me. Well, you know the only answer I have now.
There's it is. Yeah.
1,000, burn everything.
Yeah.
And
So.
that's 1,500.
So my thing, I had Witch. That is the top deck. I could have
Yeah, you
thingied
had the other Witch. Yes.
So I should have summoned Witch and not Spirit Reaper. But then I would not have. I mean, top deck Monster Reborn. What are you supposed to do about that, right? You know,
I mean, that's a hard one to
there's
pull,
nothing.
yeah.
There's nothing realistically that I could have done about that. Dang. Because it's just like, well, yeah. If that happens, then yeah. Today's not exactly been the greatest day in terms of draws here.
Yeah, well, yes and no. You had, like, the first game was, like, the best draw ever. And then the second game, and then the third game. I sense a repeat of, like, both games in that way.
Yeah.
So, you can probably see it right there, Proto Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, I can see the idea of wanting to go into the fusion there.
Oh, you do? You were running Destiny Heroes.
I wanted to try it. Didn't get a chance to. It was in the side deck, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. I did want to try the Majestic Mechs as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you did draw it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So I was debating whether or not I take the wheel here because right, I have to say something first up because I've told you this a couple of times, but I have to say it for like your side of the stream as well. Remember that I have 2 copies of Parasite I pulled from what's his face from Pharaoh's Servant, right? Those are super rares and they are completely unplayable in here because they have to go face up in your deck. There is no way in Dueling Book of doing that. So those are up for grabs in terms of trade-in. I did not trade in for this Heavy Storm. I got it from Structure Deck.
Wow.
I was debating whether or not I wanted to actually do a trade-in because I was looking at, well, maybe I could play Demise if I trade in and get the Monjuice, right? But then I was thinking, okay, if I draw Dark Revelation 2 on the Tournament Pack stuff, I might actually just get one of the Monjuice on there and I can save my trade-in draw for later on. I'd go probably Cyberdark Impact, I think is the next one that's like bad. So it's like, okay, if I get that, you know, that's kind of whatever. This is the only chance that we get to look at Spellcaster's Judgment as far as the decks go. So I took a look at what was in there before I decided on the wheel spin. And like Breaker was in there, that would have been really cool, but then I was like, oh no, Heavy Storm is still in the deck. So if we pull that slot, Heavy Storm it is. And go figure. Go figure.
That's pretty amazing.
This is dangerous though, because like I'm not doing it at the moment because I might end up wanting to trade for other stuff later, but do remember Regeki is a super rare. Like, I am sitting right now on the potential of pulling Regeki, but because I have the Lightning Vortex and stuff as well, I was like, I kind of just don't want to at the moment. I don't think you've got any supers that you can trade, so it seemed kind of unfair in a way. So I was like, well, yeah, doesn't matter how many times you poke it, it won't work.
Stupid Reaper. Stupid Reaper.
Yeah, so I was like, well, okay, I guess if I do it that way around, it's like, yeah, I'll just roll it this time, and worst case scenario, Cyberdark Impact comes up, and I'll do the trade then. Because I think that's when Dark Revelation 3 comes in, and that's not super good. It's just a straight reprint of like the first 3 GX sets, like Soul of the Duelist, Rise of Destiny, Flame Eternity, I think they are. Something like that. It doesn't even change the rarities. So I was like, okay, that set's probably a bust. Maybe that's when I would go for trade-in. So I was like, okay, yeah, thought about it, and then I rolled the wheel. I refreshed the page before I rolled the wheel too, because I was showing the little slice when we were talking about up trades and stuff. And I refreshed the page and then rolled it, and it was Structure Deck, and I was like, yes, okay, finally, Heavy Storm, let's go. Didn't draw it. Go figure. But now you know that I have the big spell and trap removal here.
Oh yeah, now you have options.
Mm-hmm.
I debated pretty hard on trading in as well, but I didn't think off the top of my head what cards I would necessarily want way back then. They haven't popped up on top of my head yet.
Yeah.
The cards I have now were really reliant, and I'm pretty happy with the deck I have at the moment.
Yeah.
Freaking Dark Magician of Chaos coming in for the clutch.
Yeah, you know what? I totally forgot. I mean, going into the set a little bit here, I totally forgot that I forgot to put it in the side deck. I pulled 3 copies of that forced back counter trap card. That when your opponent normal summons a monster, you put it back into their hand, like negate the summon, put it back in hand. If I had that against DMOC, then you would not have gotten your spell card back. And it would have done the 2 tributes, it would have just gone straight back to your hand, and that'd have been it. I mentioned it as an anti-monarch tech, and then I just completely forgot to put it in side deck, because I was too busy putting in the diamond dude to see if I could get it to work with Lightning Vortex.
And I looked at that card and I thought, hey, guess what this is? This is compulsory.
Yeah, basically.
Just a little differently. Like, shit.
I was like, yeah, okay.
So I spun the wheel. I got what was it? A super rare trade. But I was a little weird. Was a little curious about it. I would have to go back and really build a deck around it. But I decided to go ahead and take a demise again.
Yeah.
So
wow, we both have 2 then. Yeah, I would love to build the deck on that. I just don't have the searches right now, but you do.
I do have.
Yeah, you have a
and I'm like, I may do this.
Yeah, you have a bunch of them, right?
My first thought was Demise, King Morden. What can I use to tribute summon Demise? I'll tribute Demise.
Yeah, that is a valid way of doing it.
Yeah, because that's a funny way to do it. It just needs to equal stars. But then we agreed for the trade-in with the wheel as well for the 1 trade.
Yep.
So I traded in 1 rare of a Doom Dozer, because I had like 5 copies, to get the Proto Cyber Dragon, because I was like, I want to try this. I really want to try this. And you saw I had
you did.
And that to try for it.
You know, it's funny because if I had a Twin Dragon, I would honestly be trying to do a similar thing right now. Because, like, Cyber Twin Turbo stuff is really fun. And I don't have the Twin Dragon until we get to Zane's pack. So, you know.
Besides all that, though, if I couldn't find a way to get Cyber Twin Dragon, Metamorphosis had more monsters for me to use.
Yep.
Because I had that. And I had that.
Yeah, you have the same package that I do that way, right? Because I mean, I've got more copies of them because I think I got like 4 Ryushen Senshis in total now because I got 2 from a tournament pack. But like, yeah, I've got at least 1 of each as well. So we've got the same utility pack that way. Oh, tell you what I did get though, which I can't even play, but it's the mascot here. I was hoping this would be the victory one, but check him out.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, we pulled a Fusion Ultra from the set. That's got to go in the side deck. It's the good luck charm, but it didn't work. So that's because that was my own stupidity. I should not have attacked with a Spirit Reaper, knowing what you were playing in the first place. But whatever, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, I just got the luck of the draw and got the Monster Reborn, and we're still playing Pre-Errata.
Yep.
So that was just the luck of the draw on that one.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I had plenty of outs in the deck that could have been it, just Dust Tornado was not the out. Like...
Oh, yeah, you're mentioning you drew Elemental Hero Phoenix Enforcer.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, did you put him in your extra deck as well?
I mean, Phoenix Enforcer. I had the...
Oh, that's awesome. You actually got the cover card of the set. Oh,
so
that's
I have
cool.
the Shiny Phoenix Enforcer, so that's fun.
That's really cool.
That's another cover card I got there. Aside from that, though, the pulls were about as interesting as you think. I did pull 2 of the Voltanis, though.
Oh, wow.
Voltanis is a pretty interesting card to pull.
Yo, yeah, that's awesome. I actually did play that back in the day because I liked the Counter Fairy stuff. Unfortunately, most of the Counter Fairy cards that we're going to get from here on out are like secret rare. So it's... in the draft series, we're not really going to be able to play the deck. When secret rares come back, I think there's like 8 of them in the same set, and they're all like fairies, which are really good for counter trap stuff. Unfortunately,
yeah. On my last pack draw as well, I managed to get at least 1 Cyber Phoenix.
Yeah, I got a Cyber Phoenix as well.
Card, yeah, and I drew that card because I was thinking, oh, I have my side deck of using the machine banish card.
Yeah.
The card that banishes machine cards, and then DNA surgery and all that. So I was like, I have a use for this one. Because then I can have all monsters on the field that are targeting machine cards. And on monster use control, yeah, that would have. I think they would have worked that way.
System down doesn't target, just for the record. So if that does get used against
No. I didn't mean like system down for targeting. I meant like if I could make my whole field machines, but if you targeted one of my monsters with a spell.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, so I couldn't like wing blast one of your monsters with if it was space up and you had Phoenix DNA surgery. Yeah, I understand what you mean now. Okay, so
one card I kind of wanted to try as well. That was Cyber Gymnast. That was a
Gymnast. That's forget exactly what that does again.
It's moderate, but it's a common. It's an 800 attack.
Yeah.
But you can discard one card, then target one base of attack. This is your monster your opponent controls. Destroy the target.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was.
So and it says you can discard one card. It's a cost for the effect, but it says you can. So I don't know if that counts as.
No. It's discard is. So the idea is that, like, obviously the once per turn is just. No, I think nowadays that would probably have said you could. Oh, like if it was reprinted, it'd say you could only use this effect once per turn or something. Is usually the way it thing. But no, the once per turn is just saying, okay, like, you can't use this multiple times. You can discard one card as the cost, and then. You can discard your card, then target one face of the tap position monster the opponent controls. That's all like the cost of it, if you will. And then destroy that target is on resolution. So yeah, it does discard for cost.
Bully the Reaper!
Not even bullying this guy? He can't get destroyed by battle either. Yeah, but okay, so in terms of what I got out of this one, then I only got one Banisher of Radiance. I was really kind of annoyed at that, actually, because you know what would have been the best sort of like out to the Dark World stuff here would have been not letting those monsters hit the graveyard. You know, so I was
that
like,
card, the other one was that trap card. The Magic card,
Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos are both they're both limited because they're both very nasty floodgates nowadays. They used to be a free when they came out for like when I used to play, but nowadays graveyard effects is so much more prevalent that, like, you know, shutting those off is very, very powerful. So that's why those are limited. I did get more than enough copies of those, obviously, because they're commons, but I was really hoping to pull at least 2 Banisher of the Radiance, because remember back in Lost Millennium I mentioned like DD Survivor as a potential good card? Right? It's like the warrior that's 1800 attack, it's dark, if it gets banished whilst it's on the field, it comes back at the end of the turn. And it's like, yeah, with Banisher of the Radiance and like Macrocosmos DeFi stuff, that's amazing, and I have 2 of those, but I only got 1 of the Banisher of the Radiance. I did play it, but I couldn't find it, you know, it's like, damn it. Would have been really good here. Otherwise, well, I got 2 Diamond Dude, I got Elemental Absorber was kind of an interesting one I got 2 copies of. Since we're both playing heavy, light, and dark, that could actually work to you know, stop attacks and stuff. I was saying 3 copies of the Forceback, 1 of each of the 2 Heralds, but that's not enough to be able to play like the anti-stuff. But that's why I mentioned when I played that like part of Graceful Charity at the start of Game 1, it's like, technically there is an out to it now. It's basically discard 1 of those and another fairy out of your hand, and it's either Magic Jammer or 7 Tools of the Bandit, depending on what color you've got. Spoiler.
7 Tools of the Bandit would have been one I would have liked.
Spoilers, there's a monster one that comes out at the start of 5Ds, the Herald of Orange Light, so you can do that with monster effects as well. Yeah, now they got 4 copies of Majestic Mech Ochre, so I guess that's going to get traded in for a Banisher probably. And then as far as the Hollows, I got 1 Cyber Phoenix like you did, 1 Cyber Prima, which I was like, well, you don't really play face-up spells very much, so that's just a terrible Monarch, really. When it's Tribute Summoned, it destroys all face-up spells on the field, which is just not good enough for when you're playing the stuff that way. 1 Majestic Mech Goryu, which is still a Tribute monster even if you don't use its effect, so it's not really worth it, but, you know, whatever.
Oh, Oh, my Cyber Phoenix is a first edition.
Nice. Mine is.
So it's a
Mine is not. I got the best.
Mine is not.
I got the best named card in the set. Super Electromagnetic Voltec Dragon. Like, good lord, that is such a cool name.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a Batteryman support card, which I'm probably never going to be able to play, but, I mean, if you contribute Batteryman AA for it, it's a 3400 level 5 monster. Like, that's big. And then I got the Phoenix Enforcer as the one ultimate, ultra even, and my ultimate rare in this set was Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon. Woo.
Yep, woo.
So,
My Banisher of the Radiance is first edition as well.
that's cool. And yeah, on that whole
first editions, yeah, go on.
on that whole banish thing, I got a couple of Miraculous Descent too, which is like, I guess, Call of the Haunted, but for banished fairies is probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's also a rare in the set, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I got the ultimate rare version.
Go figure. That's cool though.
So the rare and the ultimate rare, so I have both.
Mhm.
But they're not first editions, so that's funny.
Yeah.
One card I was kind of debating on using, and I kind of debate on this as well, because I know I'm gonna, on top of the decks that, like on top of the winged beast monsters that were used to get the ritual cards, ritual monster, ritual
Yeah.
magic cards, I have 3 Icarus tags.
Oh, you did
Just
pull the
one
play
beast
set.
type monster,
Mhm.
and the target 2 cards this turn.
Oh, I know Icarus Attack all too well, dude. You are gonna hate that card when we get into 5Ds. Let me just say that right now. You are gonna hate that card when we get into.
What's that line? It's like, you wouldn't like me when I'm I don't like you now.
Well, okay, you saw me play the Blue Eyes deck, but I don't know if you saw me play my Blackwing deck beforehand, and that is basically entirely Wing Beast. And they come out swinging with some pretty decent cards when we get to there. Keep an eye on Icarus Attack. It is going to be very, very good when we actually get to that silver spot and we can play a Wing Beast deck. It is an incredible card. It's just not very good at the moment because we don't have Wing Beast that can work with it. But keep an eye on it, because it is going to come back with a vengeance.
Are Harpies not wing beasts?
They are, they're just not very good. That's kind of the problem with it, because the Harpy 1, 2, and 3, they're treated as Harpy Lady in the deck as well, so you can only play 3 copies total. There was their first attempt, I guess, at making a naming archetype, and they didn't do it very well. So, right now, we just don't have enough wing beasts that are actually good in order to make it work.
I guess not. Wow,
well done, dude.
That was a very different way of this way going.
Yeah.
Like, both duels were very fast,
Yep.
first and foremost. Both sets were very fast, and both came with results that were very unexpected.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, hey, we've had best of threes for quite a while, and it's this time it swings around the other way. It's that is what it is. I mean, I'm happy for it, to be honest. It pretty much means that I need to change something up, because yeah, 2 in a row off of that. It's like, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be able to do to switch that right now, but it clearly means that I need to do something if I'm going to stem the bleeding, if you will. I've got to think of a way of making that up. I don't know if Power of the Duelist is really going to be the way of doing that. I don't remember all of what's in the set with that. Let me go ahead and take a quick look. Oh, I guess, do we want to do the wheel / trade-in stuff just now then, just so we get a clearer shot when we get to this next week? Or do you want to wait on it?
I think that sounds fair. We can do the trade-in the wheel stuff now.
Yeah. So just a quick look. Power of the Duelist thing, yeah, is where Neos comes in. So I don't know if we're really going to get a whole lot of new amazing hot deck text there, but Destiny.
Yeah, we got like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we're not going to do another one, but like, Destiny Hero Dash is in the next set. Okay, that could actually be kind of good. So Dasher is cool because if it's in the graveyard, like, it's not great on the field, but if it's in the graveyard, then when you draw a monster during your draw phase, you can reveal that monster and special summon it. So it's pretty good if you're running a decent amount of like high level stuff.
You can reveal it, then you can summon it all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's like if you draw Demark and you've got Dasher in the graveyard, whilst it's in the graveyard, you can reveal the Demark and just special it, and then you would get your spell card back straight away. Just as an example of its use, but Some dinosaur stuff in here. Aliens are kind of not great, so whatever. The Neos cards are bad. Chimera Tech Overdragons in this set, though, so that's cool. Overload Fusion and Future Fusion. Oh god, we're playing Pre-Errata Future Fusion. Oh god. Ooh, keep an eye on that one. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I saw that in the list. And
Basically, for those who don't remember Future Fusion's errata here, the send cards to graveyard part comes in as soon as you play the card, and it doesn't get MST'd or something, because it's still continuous. But it does, like, the modern card does that one turn later. Like, it has to be on the field for a turn before it sends the stuff to the grave. Whereas the one that we're playing, the pre-errata, is it dumps straight away, and then 2 turns later, if it's still on the field, it summons the monster.
So pre-errata, it needs to stay on the field for 2 turns, and you summon the future monster.
Yeah, I mean, post-errata, it also has to stay on the field 2 turns to summon the monster, but the difference is that the discard of the cards from the deck to the graveyard happens 1 turn earlier, which is like so much more of the potential for it. It's like, if I had Lord of Dragons, for example, to make that King Dragon, I could send Divine Dragon Ragnarok and Lord of Dragons from the deck to the graveyard to potentially summon King Dragon, but then I just banish those 2 and put CED on the field instead, right? The post-errata version would be 1 turn later. You'd have 1 turn to destroy it first before it would be allowed to do that. So it's faster, basically, for doing the send to graveyard, which is...
So the pre-errata is faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mausoleum of the Emperor is kind of interesting as well. Life points have been kind of hard to come by in sometimes in these things right now, but it lets you pay like X number of thousands of life points to substitute for tributes instead as a field spell. So, like your D-Mark, you could pay 2,000 life points instead of tributing monsters to normal summon it. So, that's one that might be worth looking out for.
Yeah. I'm being asked, what set is Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon?
It's the next one. It's in Power of the Duelist. That and Overload Fusion are in here. So, hey, there's an Ultra Rare that's actually good in the next set. And then there are 3 that are terrible because they're all Neos fusions. But still, there is one that's actually good. Because yes, Chimera Tech, if you Future Fusion target Chimera Tech, you send your Cyber Dragon and any machine monsters that you want out of your deck to the graveyard. However, if the Future Fusion actually special summons the Chimera Tech, since it sends all cards you control to the graveyard except itself when it's summoned, it will just blow itself up because Future Fusion's got the Call of the Haunted Claws on it. But there is also Overload Fusion in this set, which lets you you've seen Dragon's Mirror. It's basically that for Dark Machine Fusions, which just so happens to be what Chimera Tech is. So, yeah, so you could Future Fusion, put your Cyber Dragon, all your machines in the grave, and then Overload Fusion, instead of waiting for Future Fusion to summon it, banish all of those all those machines, and have a big OTK killer.
You know Dasher and Prancer. Not that one.
So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with the next one, I think. There's some actually decent cards in here still. Not like everything's good, but there's the start of some good things in here as well.
There are some cards in here, and it may change a lot of the strategy and such when we get there.
Yep. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, let me go take a look. So we've just done Enemy of Justice. The tournament pack here is Tournament Pack 8. If I remember rightly, the highlights of that is Monarchs as rares. I think Feather Duster is in there as well, actually. As a
just Dragon lets you fusion summon opponent's machine monsters and Cyber Dragon. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll get to some of the other techs of hopefully Chimera Tech Fortress and stuff will come in later. Yeah, so Tournament Pack 8 is pretty good. Then the structure deck is Invincible Fortress, which is not the best one, but I think there's still a couple of decent cards in there. But yeah, I think it's the tournament pack is probably the big one from this set. I'm gonna go take a look at that real quick. Actually, I do this on when I, like show this stuff on my own stream too. So I can do it with you here as well. Makes sense. 2006 tournament pack 8. Harpy's Feather Duster is a super rare in TP8.
Tournament Pack 8, and that's the tournament.
That's the tournament pack on the wheel in this spin. Magical Arm Shield is the Ultra. Slate Warrior, whatever. Duname's Dark Witch is cute, I guess, but whatever. All of the Monarchs that we've had so far are rares in here, so
Tournament Pack 8. Oh, that's the last of the tournament packs.
Yep, and then we're on to Champion Packs is the next one when they come back. The other key thing I'm seeing in here, Ultimate Offering is a common in here. That is a pretty... We won't have the full power of it, I don't think, because we don't have gadgets. But, like, Ultimate Offering's a really good card. During your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can pay 500 life points. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon or set one monster. From your hand, obviously. And that is not once per turn. So yeah, this was a card that was in the Yugi structure deck, I believe, or starter deck even, right from the beginning. So if we were playing like the history of, we'd have had this card from the very start. But yeah, there's a chance of getting more copies of the Monarchs for you, or just copies in general for me. And the big prize is Feather Duster. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna take the wheel on this one and hope to get the Tony packs. But obviously, that is a choice you need to make yourself as well.
Yeah.
I will leave it to you on that one. Thank you for playing. GG's today. That was great.
GG's.
I'm honestly happy for that. Like, I know it seems dumb, but I mean, I made way too big of a mistake in that last game. I didn't deserve to win that one when I took Spirit Reaper off instead of Witch. So it's like,
Okay, so one mistake I was going to point out. That very first duel, I had Mystical Space Typhoon set, and I didn't activate it when you activated Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. So I didn't get a chance to activate my Mystical Space Typhoon before you activated your Phoenix Wing Burst, which would have may have switched the game around from my end.
Oh yeah, it would have, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But that was my fault.
Yeah.
But I didn't think of that. But either way, that's details another day.
And hey, I mean, this just goes to show a little bit of what I've been saying for the longest time off of this. It is not as one-sided as the scorecard would have made it look, because man, like, these games were awesome that way, and you came out on top on both of them. So it's like this honestly, the win-loss rate does not reflect how well you've played in a lot of this. So I'm glad that that's actually starting to be at least a little bit more representative in these most recent games.
Yeah.
All right.
Just show these things are a lot closer than they should be.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what?
Right.
That Dark Magician of Chaos is actually coming clutch, though. I was worried when you didn't take CD, but that DMOC is like hosed me today. So
I mean, when I got to use Dark World Lightning twice in one game and got rid of your field pretty much, like that was like the big thing.
Yep.
And again, everything, the draws for both ends went so well versus so poorly. I really only think that one game where you had the exact amount of life points needed to end me. I think the only reason that went as long as it did is because you were holding back just a bit, just so that you couldn't. You're eager waiting for me to start something just in case. But since I couldn't,
So that game, the main reason I held the Majestic Mech back is because I had Cyber Dragon in hand too. That's the whole reason I played one copy of the Majestic Mech to try it out, because Cyber Dragon plus that is 4,500 attack on board that turn. It's a very big power swing. So I was like, I'm gonna hold this back a bit just to see what happens first, and then it's like, oh well, I guess if I'm gonna have exact lethal off it and I know you can't cylinder me, then I might as well just do it.
Yeah. And then the last possible turn I could have drawn it, I drew the exchange magic card, which I was hoping you would activate a magic card so I could discard the Silva or whatever Dark World monster I had and just summon a monster, but you just went straight for the monster. So go figure.
Yeah, I try not to overextend if I can avoid it, but right, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the thing with this. Again, thank you very much for playing. I guess we will probably see you Monday rather than Sunday stuff, unless we really want to do on Sunday. Because I know we haven't done as many recently, but it depends what's going on.
Yeah, I haven't done
otherwise.
as many. I do need to explain something off camera, so I'll explain that off camera when I get a chance.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we may play more of this another day, but again, that's to be explained off camera and later.
Alright, sounds good to me. Okay, yeah, GG's again, and yeah, get the wheel and or trade in, depend what you want to do that way. Get that sorted out so we can just draft the next set for as we go, and yeah, go from there. If you want to like consider your trade-in stuff, if you end up doing that and don't want to do the rest out on stream just now, just like say that's what you're gonna do, and then you know you can always just say next time, oh, I took these cards off it, right? Because I know it's a bit on the spot sometimes to sort of think, oh, I need to take these exact ones off it if I'm giving up the wheel, etc. So if you need to take time for it, just do so. Alright.
That makes sense. Alright.
Alright, later, dude.
Alright, have a good one. Talk to you in a bit.
Yep. Oh man, we got hosed today. Okay, yeah, so it's my own mistake in that last one for sure. I'm okay with that. Like, again, I'm not super fussed about, oh, I have to win every single game, etc. Because then it's not really fun on the other side, right? Like I could see or hear the frustration sort of building up in Kib's voice as we were going on that like streak in all of DM and whatnot. It's not fun when you lose every game off of that, even though a lot of them weren't really deserved that way. It's not fun. So like I totally understand where that would be coming from, and yeah, I'm totally happy with the way stuff's going. It's funny because we have like triple Cyber Dragon and CED, right? But that doesn't always mean you're going to win. Just because the cards are really good doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to be. He's playing better for sure. He's gotten a lot of the more recent cards have changed things around a lot that way. Like Dark World Lightning, he hasn't had access to destroy my face down monsters until now, right? So, you know, he's been able to incorporate more like strong options in that we've been picking up recently, and yeah, it's really good. Like I was saying, I'm gonna close this tab because we don't need that. But yeah, it's really good. I'm honestly happy for it. That doesn't mean I'm going to just like, you know, rest on laurels and stuff off it. I want to win, but like it's not the end of the world off of it, right? I'm happy that the games are good, and that's really the key difference here. Okay, so if it wasn't obvious, I'm going to spin the wheel this time around. Tournament Pack 8, as we mentioned, has got Monarchs and Harpy's Feather Duster. Like, I don't necessarily need Feather Duster, but it's limited to one. It is actually a playable card. So yeah, we're obviously pulling, going on the wheel here. There are a few cards in this set that I would pull as wild cards if I need to as well. So, like, it's not entirely just, oh, you know, it's only on tournament packs here. There's a reasonable chance to get them, but let's just spin, see what we get. Wildcard rare. That's perfect, because we get to trade in too. I'm gonna have my playset of Banished Radiance. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, there isn't really anything else that's worth taking here. It's a shame I don't get a chance on the Monarchs and stuff, but you know, whatever. I'm not super fussed. I don't think the Monarchs would have really changed the outcome of a lot of the stuff here. Like, Mobius could have been good, I suppose. If I was really worried, I'd be playing Zaborg, right? I don't think the Monarchs are what I need to make my deck good right now. Feather Duster would have been fine, but we just pulled Heavy Storm, so I don't need Feather Duster. I'm just gonna double check that there's nothing that I would want more in Enemy of Justice, but I'm pretty sure we are going to just take Banisher of Radiance, and I'm going to trade for one as well. We're going to just trade that Majestic Mech Ogre, the spare one, I think. Or I could trade something else that's probably less likely to be useful. But, because I might actually trade Oko with Kib if he wanted it. but I think he's already got at least 1 or 2, so whatever. Yeah, so Wildcard Red, Diamond Dude is interesting. That could be worth taking the 3rd one. We didn't get to see it, and I would really need to play a bunch of games with that in order to judge the worth of it. The Heralds are kind of good, but I didn't get enough of them, so we're not really going to bother with that. Radiance is obviously what I should take here. Hero Flash is terrible. Guard Penalty we got a playset of, so I couldn't take it. Did I even pull a Life Equalizer? Like, not that I would actually play it. I didn't pull a Life Equalizer. That's kind of funny. We also didn't get Destruction of Destiny, but there's no way I want to play that. D-Time is not very good. Elemental Absorber we got 2 of. Yeah, remove from play. Banish 1 monster in your hand to activate this card. Your opponent's monsters that have the same attribute as that monster cannot attack. Is decent, but we already have 2 of it, so if I'm going to play it, then I might as well just sting it that way. It works with the fairy stuff, but we got 2 of that too, so, you know. And then Force Back, I got a playset. Yeah, we're going to take Banisher of the Radiance here. So let me just go ahead and bring this back on. Oh yeah, by the way, is the audio still okay? If I move down in 3, 2, 1, down? Is that still okay? Because if this is what I have to do to, like, quote-unquote fix it, is just not scene transition as much, fine. You know, it's maybe slight delay now. Okay, so, like, 3, 2, 1, go. That's maybe, it's like very, very slight on my end, but yeah, it's basically that. Half a second or so? Okay, so it is still there, but it's not less than that? Okay, well, so long as I wasn't talking over Kib too much, that's the main thing, I suppose. Okay, anyway, down the bottom, it's a rare. So we are going to take Banisher to Radiance. I think this is how I might actually want to change my deck next time. Yeah, I'm gonna just put the 3rd one in just now. I don't know exactly what I'm trading out for it yet, though. It's gonna be a rare, so like from the set itself, it could just be Majestic Mech Ogre. But I actually kind of want to just trade in a worse rare. So we sort by rarity. This is all of the like trash cards, right? So, oh, I should sort by quantity as well. That would make it a bit easier. Okay, so that should be. That's just done it by rarity, by like commonality first. Okay, whatever. Oh, you know the obvious one here is Featherwind. Because, okay, this card was a common in the original set, but the last pull of it, this is something I didn't quite mention at the time, but it makes sense when you think on it. If we have cards that have multiple different rarities, the rarity that we can trade in is the very last rarity that we would actually have. So in this case, we initially pulled a common Featherwind, but then Jaden Yuki's pack gave us a rare Featherwind. So that's what we're treating all of our copies of as. So, because otherwise, the thing is, with this stuff, you have, you've seen the multiple rarities thing come up with, or not rarities, but like multiple first edition, ultimate edition, etc. Really stupid stuff. It just like clogs up and makes it hard to see just how many of a card that you have. So it's much better to condense your collection into just one thing of every card. But that kind of messes things up with rarity a little bit. However, the way we've worked it out is that whatever rarity you last pulled is the rarity that the card counts as. So I can ditch the Featherwind, like a rare Featherwind that we got before, and we will have our Banisher of the Radiance. Okay, I have a lot of thinking to do, it seems, because yeah, I kind of got crushed today. Maybe Banisher of the Radiance by itself will actually help to change a lot of the way this deck works. We'll see what happens, because if I get like Chimera Tech and enough Future Fusions, maybe that's the sort of way around I play. I don't know. I think I'm gonna build a Banisher deck in the meantime before we get to the next draft. so that if that's what has to happen, I at least have something that I can play. But yeah, I guess we'll see what the next set has. GG's to Kib though, that was very good today. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourselves. I will talk to you lovely people later on. Alright, bye!